waves should have been like pushing towards us. And I was like, all right, based on that information, you should do like this pathing. And then our bot lane starts pushing, and he's like, okay, well, based off that, now you should do like, now you should change it. Now you should do like path like this instead. And it's like, when there are all these like different volatile kind of like
Yeah.
changes, you know, because like
Yeah.
thing is, I'm kind of fucking like autistic, you know, and it's like when I'm there and I have to think like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that, and then oh no, now I need to do this. It's just like it really fucks with me.
Yeah, that's like I don't know the credibility of other coaches and stuff, and I'm not just gonna like talk shit about someone.
Hmm.
But I watched like 5 minutes, and I think you were playing Viego against an Evelyn, and there was one play where you did Krugs, and then he told you to like look at the wave states, which is good. And you did Krugs, and the bot wave was pushing into you, but then your Jinx like hard shoved the wave back,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You're adapting to the mistake." Now there are a couple of like processes, right? Whenever you base, you should automatically know what your back timer is. So just your gold value, right? So on
Yeah.
Viego, it might be Sheen Longsword, so 1050, or whatever you're buying. I don't fucking know. But you should
Hmm.
know like the gold you're getting. So before you even farm a jungle camp, you should know how much gold it's giving you and what it actually means. Like, do I even need to farm this camp? Have I already got a base? Can I base and go somewhere else that's more important? That's the first
Yep.
thing. And then when you're basing as well, you've got 8 seconds. It's a long time, man. And remember, when you're running back on the map, when you're basing, you should be looking at lanes, looking at top lane and bot lane, and you can think about mid lane as well. But mid lane is always going to be there, right? No matter what camp you're farming, mid lane is kind of accessible. But top and
Hmm.
bot lane are very important because they're so far away. So as you're basing, you should be looking at top. What's happening? Like, is my laner going to reset after hard pushing this wave? There's no point going top. What about bot lane? Is the wave pushing into me, and can we set up a gank or something? If that's the play you make and you didn't do it, and I don't think he told you, bro, you have to communicate it. Like, you have to tell Jinx, like, just fucking leave it. Let it push. Or on the way ping, you know? Like, 30 seconds before the play happens. You
Hmm.
can't just, like, give them a chance to fucking hard push the wave and, like, screw you over because, again, you're wasting time if that happens. Which is
Yep.
efficiency, which is elo. So you have to, like, ping the plays before you actually make them. So you have
Okay.
to have a little bit of foresight. I'm not saying like 2-3 minutes ahead because I hate that because you do have to react. But 30
Hmm.
seconds is pretty reasonable. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting time, right?
Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree.
was there anything else like from the like? What did you actually learn? Did you just get coaching from Hedon or whatever his name is?
Today, yeah. I mean, it was more so kind of like when the enemy jungler's doing like an objective, like let's say Herald or Dragon, I
Hmm.
know they're on it. Just try to like maximize value elsewhere instead of just like saying they're watching them. And then there was also a lot about like wave states and like
Yeah.
how to kind of like mess with wave states in a way that allows you to like gank and how to like look at them for like gank opportunities, things like that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. The when the enemy jungler. Okay. So again, it's always thinking about them, right? Can I share screen?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you mind if I record this, by the way? Because I might like upload it and
No,
I can
go
just
for it.
send it to you. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Uh, okay, where is my little map? You can see this, yeah? Okay. Now, when he talks about, if you're doing Rift or they're doing Rift or Drake or whatever, it's just called cross mapping. I'm sure you know about it. It's what I call it anyway. So the reason why, if the enemy jungler does Rift Herald, you should, if you're on the bot side of the map, you should think about doing something on this side of the map. Notice how I'm not talking about Dragon, I'm talking about the whole side of the map. Why do you think this is? Like, if they get Rift Herald, why would we automatically think about this area?
Assuming that are they red side or are they blue side?
Yeah, or this side, yeah, either or.
Well, I guess just because you want to like go for a trade, like you want to make a trade.
Yeah, good, right? Because what's essentially happening is they're getting like X amount of gold. You want to say, all right, if you're going to get this, I want to take your whole bot side. So in terms of gold, remember, like, if you're looking at this in a replay, the team's gold is up here, right? So if they're getting Rift Herald, if they're getting a top tower, whatever they're getting, we want to say, right, well, you're going to have a cost to that. It's like a mid laner going to roam. The other mid laner might just hard shove waves and say, all right, you might go to roam to my bot lane, but you're going to miss like 2 waves mid. So that's just
Yep.
like cross mapping. So that's essential, and I'm sure you know what that is.
Yeah.
But it always starts with the enemy jungler, bro. So like most people, even fucking the rank 1 dude I coached, in the game like I saw, is like 5-0 in Italy, does not invade once. Doesn't go to the enemy jungler's side once in like 15-20 minutes. Now he still wins the game, thankfully, but he could have won it like 10 minutes sooner. So most junglers think like this. The best junglers think about this. And the funny thing is, they don't even fucking worry about their camps. It's all about this side of the map. Because at the end of the day, if you focus on the enemy junglers' camps and where they are and like what camps they've done and stuff,
Yeah, you can also track them by proxy.
yeah, you can track them, but also like your camps are still going to be up. So if I give you an example, right, let's just say we're playing Graves. Let's say the enemy jungler is, I don't know, full clearer like maybe Evelyn, right? And she starts blue, gets a leash. Now, if the Graves goes like this, E's over the wall, and goes to Gromp, it's pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not common, but it's well known. Now, if that happens, why is this good for Graves, even if like he has to back out here? Because what is normally going to happen? Like, what is Evelyn going to do? How does she react to this?
She either dies or she gives Gromp.
Okay. And what else is she going to do? Like, does she... So what I'm trying to get at, like, the laners, right? Like, AD carry support, mid laner. She's going to be spam pinging, bro, yeah? Like, asking for assistance, spam pinging the Graves. Now, let's just say the Graves gets pushed off. Like, the enemy laners, oh my god, they fucking react instantly, and you've got to bail. You don't die. You're just putting really pressure on the map, but lots of people would say this is just time wasting. Why is this still good for you?
Because then it also gives your laners an advantage since the enemy lanes are rotating.
Excellent, bro. Yeah, good. You indirectly win the map. Because you think about the enemy fucking jungler, and you think about how to beat them. Evelyn does not want a fucking Graves running at her, so that's what you do. A Rammus does not want a jungler running at him level 2, because he's not a champion until level 3. Same thing with Zac, right? Same thing with Elise. Even Rek'Sai, bro, is dog shit until level 3. Xin Zhao, the same thing. You think like this, you fucking win, or... Like, the goal here, like, if I look at your OPGG, all I want to see is the enemy jungler 1 in 10. I don't care if you win or lose, I just want to see you win the jungle. You have to treat it like a lane, yeah? It's a 1v1. It's your job to win that. And when I saw your tweet, you know, saying, can someone coach me on, was it like the champions, like Viego, whoever you said?
Yeah.
I automatically know, just from that we're thinking wrong. Because it's not like a champion-specific thing. Yes, I get that, you know, you might invade on this champion, you might just, like, protect your camps on this champion, but we think exactly the same in terms of jungling, on any champion. That's why the fucking rank 1 career is a Hecarim who invades. You know?
I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do, like, one more thing here. So, let's say you are playing, like, a champion who probably isn't going to invade. Let's say you're playing... let's say you are playing Evelyn. Now, obviously, your biggest fear in the early game, when you're clearing camps, is what?
Getting invaded.
Getting invaded, right? So you have to protect yourself. Now, let's just say you're against the Graves. So how do you protect yourself against this champion?
I would start a control ward, like pot control ward, and then start warding entrances.
Yeah, you could do that. I actually think that's really underrated. Like, if your clear is healthy enough, starting just normal health potion and control ward. But yeah, you don't want this guy to invade you. Now, I always tell students, like, if you're in one of these matchups, it makes it so much easier if you start your red buff. Now, the reason for this, well, you can probably tell me, like, why do you think this is?
Because it makes it impossible to invade on your second camp.
Yeah, man, exactly. Like, you have, let's just say you start here, and the Graves invade you over here, and you run over here, and you're level 3. You have red buff. Like, blue buff means fucking nothing, right?
Yep.
Like, what about if you have blue buff and Graves is here? Like, it makes it a lot harder. You can't really do that much. So we always say in these matchups, just start red. I don't give a fuck about your lanes. Just start at red, secure your jungle. Right? And in these matchups as well, where what you would do, you just, like, trinket this brush. You could always think about trinketing here, like if it's a jungler who doesn't have a dash, but you're always running the risk of, you know, they might do some weird shit to get here. So just warding the buff is always going to work 100%.
Mhm.
Now at that point, let's just say you go red Krugs, and all of a sudden you're farming Krugs, and the Graves shows on this ward. Here he is. How do you react
Then
to this?
you invade his blue.
Yeah, good
Like
man.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Like I would just do Raptors and then go for blue invade after. Well,
Exactly, right?
honestly, it depends. If he goes for just my blue, then I would just commit to 5 cam clear. But if he takes like blue and Gromp, like if he doesn't leave off the ward, then
Mm.
then I would invade his bot side. Because
Yeah,
then the
very
problem
good.
is that his lanes could rotate, and then if they collapse on you, then you're just fucked.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So we always see that exactly. So we have to be thinking about the map. So in terms of, especially if their bot lane has prior, it becomes
Yeah.
very kind of sketchy to vertical
Mhm.
because if Graves is smart, he will know you're not here. And if I was invading its Graves, what I'm going to do is red. You go like this. You ward over here, so you can see the walls if they're being done. If you're not at your walls, bro, by like 250, 3 minutes, I know you're doing this. I'm just going to ping my mid laner and bot lane to rotate. You're an Evelyn, you're fucked. So what I
Yep.
would recommend in terms of actual like camps in these matchups, because they are volatile, is you go red Raptors and you try get your Gromp. This looks fucking retarded. But Gromp gives you level 3. If you do like Wolves and Blue, it's 2 camps extra. You don't want to do that. And Blue buff doesn't give you level 3. You know this, Claire?
Yep. I know
Yeah.
that clear.
Also, like if Graves comes here, yes, okay, I understand your level 2 is Evelyn, but you have red buff, and you put yourself in a situation where you can still fight this guy off, and you also give yourself the opportunity, if you go red Raptors and he shows, to go here
But then
immediately.
wouldn't it be good, like in a setting like that, right,
Mm.
where you are like Evan versus Graves? Shouldn't you just invade his red side to drop a ward on his red early to see if he tries for that play?
Yeah, you could do, but it's again like I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like they might be fucking cheesing in the brush, and it's risky to run in here.
Yeah.
Like you're a really weak level 1 champion, you might as well be a minion.
Mhm.
So yeah, it just depends, man. Like if it's safe, if you've got your teammates there for sure, but you do have to be careful of like them brush camping and stuff like that because it can happen. I saw one of the wards by the way in one of the games. And old mate didn't point it out. When you ward here, the key is to see the cross. You're not really warding for the camp, because you'll see the camp.
Okay.
Like you could put a ward here, you see the Raptors. You want to
Yep.
put a ward on that line there. So you pretty much just
Okay.
draw a line up from this. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just a
Yeah. No,
diagonal one
I
up.
got it. I got it.
Yeah. So why would I put one here and not here?
So then you can see if he skips his Raptors.
Yeah, exactly right. Now,
Yep.
if you're a smart player and you're standing here and you see the ward dropped here, you can't evade the ward. Okay? So that's why like we always have to do this. But if the ward is here and a little bit too far back, if you're a smart player, how would you clear Raptors?
You just like path all the way around, like you hug the wall.
Yeah, so like let's
That
say
way.
we
Yeah.
let's say we do red and Raptors. If we go to red and we go like this, obviously the ward sees us. So if we go like this, what
Mhm.
about if we're like a melee champion? How do we not get seen? Is it possible?
You could just. I think if you just like aggro and then drag the cams to the bush.
Yeah, man, good. If you stand in the brush, they can't see you. The only way they know you're doing Raptors is actually by looking at the camp, or until you've cleared it, right? Because then the symbol
Yeah.
will go on the map. Yeah, so always be aware of that. But that's why, like, because in your games you're warding like a little too far back, so you don't actually see like this little area, so they can always just run like this.
Yep.
So just a little thing.
Mhm.
Okay, do you want to jump into? I wanna go through like just one of your games on stream. So do you have like a game in particular from maybe this stream or any? Maybe like a
Would you rather
game.
do like a live coaching or like a VOD?
I'd rather go through a VOD because again, live coaching is I don't want to shout in your fucking ear right away. I'd rather just teach you the stuff and show you like the key points that we can improve, so you know going into a game what we're thinking about rather than me just telling you like in the game.
Right. Well, I mean, if you want, not from my stream VOD, but if you want, we can do it from my the last game I just played on
Your
my account.
client, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. So then, Yeah, it's just Doaenel IGN.
Yeah, okay, that's all good. So what is your like process? Do you have one? Like when you get in champ select and stuff, what do you what do you think about?
The only thing I ever think is just like if I can get to 3 items, I'll 1v9 the game. So then I just try to hold off until that point, like just fend off, and then once I get to those 3 items, then I can carry.
Is that like a hacker mindset or
I think so, yeah. And like that's the problem that I have is that like genuinely I never invade on Hecarim. I never do any of these things, right? So it's like I feel like I'm really, really holding myself back in that kind of like setting.
yeah? What's your thing by the way? IGN.
Doaenel.
DL. Oh my god, it's fucking hard.
Doae. Yeah, it's just Doae and then Nel.
How do you say this name by the way? Daniil?
Doaenel.
Darnell.
Doaenel. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So this one,
Yep.
fucking Chem Tank Muramana Hecarim. What a broken champ. I envy you, bro. How do you play this champion so much? Don't you get bored?
No, actually, dude, I swear to God, I get more bored playing other champs than I do playing Hecarim.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, at least, yeah, it's probably gonna be fun, right? Running into people.
Yeah.
Who are you against this game? Let's have a look. Professor Nug. Bro, this guy's going to unleash, I can tell. Okay, so let's just say this was an actual game and we're in Champ Select. So what we've been talking about, apart from you, who is the most important player?
Jinx.
Who?
Jinx.
Okay, so do we think about anyone on our team before theirs?
No.
Okay, so who is the most important? It's not Jinx. I haven't even thought
Darius?
about Jinx. I haven't even thought about Darius. I haven't thought about anyone on my team. I'm thinking about someone on their team.
Diego.
Viego, bro, that's it. So, in some of the, I watched like 2 minutes maybe before you called, and yeah, the dude just talked about lanes with you, your lanes. You want to sort this out
Yep.
first. So you could even do it here, bro. Like I'm not joking. Some dude on this server, the Oceanic Super server, I taught him the fucking or showed him like the Hecarim player from Korea, and even against a Viego, right? This guy, what do you think he's thinking?
Invade.
Viego, what? I mean, if he does invade, credit to him, but I don't know if he will, you know? Like, he's probably just going to full clear. He's one of those champs, like Kane, Evelyn,
Yeah.
Hekuda. So I'm just probably going to guess this guy is just going to full clear. And if you start on one side of the map and he starts on the other, you can legit always think, like, let's just say you start red buff. You can always think just about running here. I'm not even joking. And some dude's been doing this, and he's now, like, GM from Master. So yeah, always Viego, right? So we always think about him first. Can we invade him, or do we have to protect ourselves? Is it more neutral? And then if it's more neutral, then you think about your lanes. So who is the most important champion on your team now?
Well, Darius is one that allows for me to get prio early.
100%, right? This is number one by far. So you always look at top lane, bro. If bot lane, okay, the only, it might be like 50-50. So give me like two champions bot who you might consider going for instead of Darius.
Draven Nautilus.
Yeah, good man, yeah. Draven Nautilus, Samira Nort, Callista fucking Alistair, something like that, right?
Yep.
But I still think top lane, because top lane is an island, and I just think you can always go bot in the future, but top lane kills matter so much early on. Like, one kill is going to snowball out of control. If you can get this guy going, he gets you closer to the Nexus. That's what it's about. So whenever you see Darius, Rivens, Fioras, these type of champions, especially if they have early power like Darius, top lane is fucking essential to go to. Okay, let's go. Just always stand here.
Yep. Well, the reason why is just because I just want to like check early and then start my blue. And I guess I should be like standing in the bush, not in this place.
You can always run here like later, right? So
Yeah.
just stand here until like 110. You never know, bro. Like, you never fucking know. It's solo queue. You never know how these players are going to play, you know?
Yep.
He's starting bot, good. But I also want you to think about Viego, obviously. So hopefully you do this. Just think about where he starts.
Yeah, so I mean balling's in lane, so we know he started red or blue. I mean.
Good. But a way to be like, okay, so it's important to understand here, right? Like, if I'm a fucking high elo jungler, I'm probably gonna get a fake leash or like no leash as much as possible because it will throw you off. It's a lot harder to
Mhm.
play against a jungler you don't know where they are. I
Mhm.
still would not be 100% sure where he starts until I see Nasus. Because red buff is a lot easier to start at than blue. This is really important as well. Because blue buff is a lot tankier, and you'll get a lot lower doing blue buff than you will red soloing it. Also, I would just look here to see the mana situation. Okay, these guys haven't lost mana, and
Yeah.
of course they're in lane. But I want to see Nasus, bro. I want to see this dude's mana. If he has lost mana, I know for sure the Viego. Not even for sure, because Nasus can always just press Q, right?
Mhm.
And he might just fake leash. So already we're getting to a point where it's fucking like pretty in depth. But these are the indicators you have to look for.
Yep.
You know, let's actually see where he is starting. Yeah, so he does start blue here, which is kind of weird. Um, but yeah, okay, kind of makes sense as well. Like if you just think about Nasus, if he passed there, he's kind of trolling. But smart junglers, bro, are gonna fucking do this to you. Like they will mind game you. Yeah. So
Mhm.
just be a little careful of that. Just check the mana in the lanes. Be 100% certain.
Yep.
I don't know if you pinged this. Did you? Yeah, you didn't. So just ping
Nah.
here, just to be sure. You know, like you want
Mhm.
everyone to know what's going
Yep.
on. Now, I'm gonna let's just think if you are playing Viego here. Okay. So we can't. Okay. So Viego as well in this game, right? Can run here. He can actually just go blue here. And it looks fucking hell
Yep.
troll, but he might do it. He might even consider going like red to Krugs because that would give him level 3.
Mhm.
So already like we might get exploited just from being in this fucking full clear mindset.
Yep.
Now, if you are playing Viego and you're doing Gromp, okay, yeah, you're doing Gromp, yeah, beautiful, yeah. Yeah, okay, we're still level 2, can't really do anything. Okay, we're gonna do walls, yeah, makes sense. Now, doing walls in this game makes sense, okay? But we always have to think, like, do I have to farm walls? Like, are they really that important? So, walls give us level 3. What other camps give us level 3 here?
Red or Krugs.
Yep, Red and Krugs, and Raptors would as well, because you've done Blue and Gromp,
Yeah.
right? So yeah,
Mhm.
any camp gives us level 3 here. So that's why we're doing walls. We're doing walls because why?
Just like take it off the map.
Okay, take it off the map. But that's like the full clearing mindset. So remember what I said like when we first started talking? Like we have to
Mhm.
listen to the map and react to it. So the
Mhm.
map is telling us here what do you think? Like look at the lanes for me. Is anything happening?
Nope. Everything looks pretty even.
Right. What would you do if bot lane was fucking fighting to the death, bro? Like, look at mid lane. If we transferred the HP here into bot lane and they've wasted cooldowns and they're kind of low, what
Yeah.
camp
Then
do you
you
do?
probably red. Red
Good,
into
bro.
bot.
Exactly right.
Mhm.
So you're reacting to what the map is telling you. And while you're, remember as well, you're pathing bot. Like, level 3 in top there looks fucking retarded, right? Like, you're never going to do that. So you're looking at the lanes, and again, just listening to what it's telling. Like the map's telling you, hey, bro, like bot lane is half HP. They just like fought and used summoners, and the enemy jungler as well might be thinking wolves into this. Now, I would never recommend doing that either. Yankos did that in a pro game, and he should have lost in 10 minutes.
Yep.
But the other jungler didn't actually react to it properly. So already, like, this is really important to understand, yeah? And what you
Yep.
said, bro, just reacting, you're 100% right. But you have to react to the right things. So the map, in other
Mhm.
words, the lanes. And the enemy jungler, of course, as well. Oh my god, he's going in for it. I know I'm looking at Viego here, but I just want to show you something else. So after this guy clears walls, is he gonna... Oh my god, don't fucking tell me he does this.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude, this guy's a lunatic. Okay, I would want him to gank another lane. After walls, what lane is it? Maybe he does it, let me just watch. Yeah, it's fucking super troll.
Yeah,
Okay.
but something crazy happens here. Cause
I don't want to
so
watch, bro. I'm nervous about this.
no. So what happened was I saw that top lane was fighting as well,
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, well, top lane's fighting Darius or NASA's pop ghost, and he's like near towers. So that's why after I finished Raptors, I actually looked for a level 3 top gank. So I like you're gonna see what happens.
Okay, I don't even fucking want to watch this. Like, this is the most troll move of all time. Like, I can't believe I'm watching this. Like, he's going top for Sir Lord Oatmeal on fucking Nasus. Like, what are we watching here? Okay, so I said I want him to gank another lane. So if it's not top lane, it's got to be what after Wolves?
It has to be like Raptors.
Okay, so he could go to like Raptors, but I want him to gank a lane or think about ganking a lane. So what lane do you think is like the most gankable for him?
Probably mid, honestly.
Look at this, bro.
Yep.
So this is just from okay, let me board. Okay, so look at Syndra's HP and look at Nico's. You will see this here. You don't even have to look at the lane. You will just see that Nico's half HP. What the fuck? Why is she half HP? Oh shit, there's been a trade. See how Syndra's lane? Well, you can tell me about the lane. Where's it moving? Who's it pushing towards?
Right now, I think it's like pretty even, honestly.
It's pretty even, but it's going to push towards Nico because Syndra has like access to the wave, kind of. So you see like how these minions, so she's got one extra minion at the end of the day, like this one down here. So as soon as you see this after doing Gromp, you are like, this is 90% chance I'm going mid here, unless something happens. Like if Syndra dies, of course you get it, don't go mid. But if she doesn't die, look at this lane. Yeah.
Yep.
So instead, fucking Numbnuts decides to go top, which is just beyond me after what happens here. And also important as well, bro, like when you're looking at mid or thinking about ganking a lane or pathing towards the side of the map, if you can keep an eye on the champions on the minimap, so between each auto attack, right, you're right-clicking. You don't really have to be like looking at the camp itself. Look at the champions and see where they move. So if you see a Syndra move over here, and she's facing that direction, what's she doing? Might be a weird question. Okay, let's do another one. Let's say Syndra goes like this, right? Fucking...
Yep.
Goes like that, and faces your side of the map. What's she doing? Or if she goes over here.
She's playing towards her bot side?
She is, yes. But she's going to move here to do something. So why would you move, like, over here? What are we going to do?
Like toward Raptors.
Yeah, good, bro. Yeah, sorry, that was probably a shit question. Yeah, just a trinket, right? So we have to be aware of what they see. Fuck your vision. What does Syndra see on the map? So already she hasn't placed a ward. And again, I'm just going to be watching her the whole time. Okay, there's her E. That might be important, but she'll have it up when you gank. Okay, yeah. Still pushing towards Nico. This looks good, okay. And after you finish walls, and you're going like this, I am pinging on the way, on the way, on the way. This is 100% a kill. And mid lane's GG. And I win the game because if you have a winning mid as a jungle, fuck me, like the game is that easy. You see?
Yep.
If you're playing Hecarim here, you should always think about this. Or like, it doesn't even matter about Hecarim. If you're playing jungle, you should always think about this because if you're hitting level 3 after walls, you can do something. Like you can go mid. And you're still going to end up at your top star, right? Like you swing through mid, you still end up here. So already if I was you, like there's been no pings, right, for Viego. There's one ping here on the way. And maybe you're on the way pinging for top lane, which I get. But still, like, we focus on this guy. It's not just about you gaining, bro. It's about denying him.
Yep.
That's the fucking key. So when I look at the OPGG and I see the Viego's 1 in 10 and you have just crushed him and he's done nothing the whole game, that's when I know you've made it. You know?
Yep.
Here we go, bro.
So that's why, like, I looked at the
Holy
top wave
shit.
states.
Bro, look at this.
Dude, this was the most disgusting thing because it's sort of 100% been a good call if Viego just wasn't there.
It doesn't he... Hang on a minute. Let me fucking watch this, dude. Okay, let's have a look here. So if you want to gank top, this is what I mean, right? Because if you have red buff, I actually think you just win. So as you're doing walls, right? I think you going top, honestly, in my opinion, and forcing a gank here, because let's think about this, like, where is Nasus going to be? Like, if this guy is fucking good, like, how would you play this? Like, the lane is pushing into you, this is an early game Darius, and he should know you're pathing top. How would you play as Nasus?
Yeah, he just plays back.
Yeah, bro, he's just fucking chilling, you know? And the fact Viego is here is the most troll thing ever. So if I was you in this game, and the fact that mid lane, oh, it doesn't look that gankable, I would honestly be happy with you just clearing. Because that not much is happening right now. But the important thing, if you're clearing camps, you're inactive. in terms of being on the map. Viego can be active here. He can gank this, because they're pushing, right, towards his side. So you have to be very aware of where he might be. That's the
Yep.
best thing about jungler. You don't actually have to be in a lane to deny him like a gank or something. So here, I would have just done red. And even if Viego ganks this lane, what the fuck happens? Like, Darius has flash and goes. He can just run away. Nasus, like, this is a Nasus. This isn't a fucking Camille with a hookshot.
Yeah.
Like, I'd let him gank, but I'd say fucking gank top. Like, I'll be here maybe to counter gank, but no worries. Just waste your time. That's what I'd be thinking.
Yep.
Can always think about mid lane here as well, so I know you go for this, but let's just say you were clearing red, you can always think about swinging mid, like this. So again, it's just all lane based, but we have to think about the enemy jungler first. But because this is like a neutral matchup and you don't want to invade, no worries. Oh, fucking hell, bro. What a game. Like, I didn't even care, bro, like, mechanically how you play this. I know for a fact if you have red buff, you actually, like, probably kill them both.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's still good for you because he goes towards a Nasus line. Oh my god, the creep block. Oh my fucking god, that's hard to watch. Okay, regardless of what happens here, like, I couldn't really give a fuck because we're dead. So whenever you're dead here, buy your items as soon as you can. Don't worry about what happens. I mean, maybe just look at it, but yeah, just buy your items and think about where you're going to go on the map. Because you can crush the Viego here, in my opinion. Depending on what happens. So Darius actually kills him.
I should just instantly path for like enemy raptors, right? And just go for
Let's go. Yeah, bro, exactly. Would you do that normally? You probably would.
No.
I love the honesty, mate. Yeah, so you just think about Viego, right? So immediately you think he's just cleared these and he's gone top. That's why it's trolled as well, by the way. Like, as soon as I see that, it's almost like doing red and level 2 ganking top. I coach an amateur team, by the way, and fucking someone did this, and we won the game in like 15 minutes because of this. Now, it's troll because exactly what you said, right? Raptors, Krugs, there's so many resources up that you're just giving up a whole side of the map to gank a fucking Nasus. Like, you're kidding, mate. So, exactly. That's the first thought. Now, because he was just topside and his whole bot side's up because you can press tab, 12 CS, blue buff, just say that as well, bro. Like, whenever you see the enemy jungler, look at them. Because the scoreboard on the map don't tell you what buffs they have. So it's very important to know, like, what buffs they've done, yeah? Obviously.
Yeah.
We always think about this side first. We don't think about Scuttle Crab. Scuttle Crab's important, but we don't think about Crab. We think about their side. Because we can always work our way back to Crab. We can work back our way to Gromp and Wolves. These camps are not going anywhere. So if you think about camps, they have like a timer, yeah? His camps have a timer. Like, Viego is going to be at his Raptors in 30 seconds. He might even do his Krugs. He might run to Scuttle Crab. What do you think Viego should do? Like, where should he run here?
I mean, if I was him, I'd probably just, like, insta path for top scuttle, honestly.
Top Scuttle's good, but I think he should contest you, in my opinion. Why would I say this?
Because his Nico has Ignite. So they might win 2v2.
Okay, so Nico has Ignite, so if he, like, runs to the Scuttle Crab, and in terms of gold, like, it's pretty even, you'll both have a longsword. But Scuttle Crab might involve other players, not just mid, right? So, what lane am I talking about? This one.
Also, like, his bot prio?
Yeah, bot prio, exactly. So I'm gonna, like, if I'm Viego, I'm saying to myself, I have bot prio here, and there's 2 champions. There's no fucking way, bro, I'm letting you get this crap. But just because you're 4 seconds quicker than him, and you have your E, you can do the crab and get out. That's why you do the crab, bro. Like, let's say your Gromp and Wolves are up. You never go Wolves or Gromp Wolves and full clear. You have to get to crab first there, because it denies him. You always have to reach as far as possible. Then you go back. Does that make sense? That's, like, really important. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, while you're running out of base, you can look at lanes. So you can always think about going top. But here I'd just be like, you know, I couldn't really give that much of a fuck about top lane. And you can go to this crab. But in my opinion, like, I don't think any of this matters, to be honest.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Like, I just think Viego is gonna path down here, and I'd rather deny this, then maybe I can swing mid, or I can, like, you know, I mean, Gromp won't be up, but you can always think about ganking bot. You can double crab him, just go from here to here. then you might
Mm-hmm.
full clear back down like that. Again, it just depends what the map is saying at that point.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so the boys get a kill. That's huge.
Yeah, here I just decided to take red, which was a mistake.
Okay, so I'm glad you say it's a mistake. So what should you be doing?
Yeah, going bot scroll here.
Okay, so bot scuttle. But just because we're topside here, we have to adapt, right? Okay, so we haven't gone bot scuttle. But now we are top side of the map. So again, we're always going to try reach as far as possible. Now, Viego's top side is the first thing, right? And their lanes. So Viego's top side, can we go to like any of his camps?
No.
No, right? Because he's fucking started there. What
Yeah.
about Nasus and Nico? Well, they're not there, obviously. So that's off the cards as well. So what's the only other thing that's kind of like on the map that you can take?
Scuttle.
Right. So you take that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know, bro. Like again, you're just denying him. Like you don't know if there's lunatic sitting in here. You don't know if he's like running down here, you know? And he takes a crab, and let's just say you go like red and then to crab, you're like, wait, what the fuck? It's gone. And all of a sudden your pathing's fucked. Yeah? So
Yep,
even though it's
that's
red
right.
buff, I understand, like it's important, you know? And I still think you should have cleared this before, but you're always asking yourself, like, how important is this? Do I really need this?
I guess the only kind of thing that I'm
Hmm.
wondering though is like, if you go for these like invades and these scuttle plays and shit like that, doesn't that put so much trust in your team to like actually help you if things start going wrong?
Okay, well, that's a good question. Let's think about this game, though. So, what's just happened?
Well, I just got them like leads. Like the top laner just got massive lead.
Yeah, so we play like the numbers game, bro. So, in terms of top side of the map, what's the numbers? In
What do you
terms of
mean, what's the
champs.
numbers?
So, how many champs against how many champs?
Right now 3v2.
How do you lose?
I get that, but like, let's say I were to have gone for the Raptors play, right?
Down
Like,
here,
if I
yeah.
go for the Raptor, yeah, then the problem is like, can Pike just like rotate, and then if Sindra doesn't come, I'm just like fucked.
Yes,
And it's like I wasted
absolutely.
all that time.
Yes, so that's like fucking risky. I'm not saying you do it, you just think about it, though.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you think about. In this game, obviously you can't because, I mean, maybe you could. Like, pressure is Raptors because it's close to mid, and you have great, like, kind of just pressure mid, so using it's really good. And if I'm Syndra here, like, I might even be asking for assistance from you. Like, Viego's going to gank me here, bro. Can you counter gank? And whenever I see a winning lane like this as well, I just want to secure it. Like, this
Yeah.
is going to make me win the game easy. There's no way I'm letting this Syndra, who's doing really well, die to a fucking free gank. I'm here, bro, for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, kind of the mindset there. If you go to Raptors, it is risky because of the bot prior. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
And I don't know like how good going to Raptors is because he might just get there first, but it's got to be at least Scuttle Crab if you go bot. Yeah, so that's like it's probably like a bad coaching thing to say, but like it's up to you, bro. You have to be able to judge the situations, and it's based on timers and also numbers on the map. So if you go to Raptors and you skirmish with Viego, well, is there going to be anyone here to help me? Well, Syndra's got Prio, Nico's going to have to fucking recall, so yes, but then you might have to think, okay, in 10 seconds, Pike's going to be here. But again, you don't know that until you're actually there. So that's when you react, you know? But again, if you're going to go to Raptors, you ping on the way. You ping fucking on the way 15 times so she knows.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just make a play, bro, and expect someone to be there without telling them.
Cause yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I don't know, like when I got a 65% win rate to Challenger, like literally unranked to Challenger playing Hecarim only,
Mm.
right? The way I did it was just by every single game full clearing, never putting any trust in my teammates, and just playing for myself.
Yeah, so you're just like farming golden experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
you. Go on, go on.
Yeah, so like the playstyle at the time was legitimately just like full clear, never put myself in like a compromising position where like anything bad could ever happen. And then I know that as long as I'm ahead, I'll win like the majority of my games. And then I would also play for like dragons, if I could, to also like facilitate soul and shit like that. And that playstyle I'm telling you was like it really was like not bad at all. And it made it so that I never had to ever like put my trust in teams ever.
For sure, like I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
But only if again, it's gonna sound like I'm a broken record, but only like if the game dictates that you should full clear. Now, if you're full clearing,
Yeah.
you have to make sure, if you want to full clear, you have to make sure that you protect your second buff. Especially if you're playing
Yeah.
Hecarim or Ev, even. So you have to protect
Mhm.
your second buff. But just the mindset, like, I've heard people, bro, like students who say, dude, I once had a coach who told me just to perma-farm on Kha'Zix until I'm level 11. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think is going to happen if you play against Canyon? Like, that's the bar I've set
Yeah.
when I coach people. Like, if you're going to full clear every game and play for dragons, I don't even know what the fuck that means, because you just take dragon if you can.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't have a fucking plan for anything because you don't know what's going to happen. If you play against
Mhm.
Canyon, if you play against, like, the top junglers in the world, or, I don't know, some fucking Chinese super server jungler, you're going to get fucking dumpstered. Like, if you're just
Mhm.
in a mindset of AFK farm, AFK farm, AFK farm, hope my lanes do well, think about the enemy jungle. Ping where they start. Ping where they're going to be. Inform your
Alright.
laners. Look at laners, look at lane states. Think about invading if you can, you know. That's what jungling is. You know? And it doesn't matter about what the champ you're playing, and that's like kind of the big thing I want to get through to you, which I hopefully you can see. But it doesn't matter who you're playing, bro.
Mhm.
You should think exactly the same on anyone. Fucking Zach, think exactly the same on Zach as you would Graves. Okay, like you clear a little bit slower, but it's still the same thing. In terms of like cross mapping, in terms of looking at the map, like if you're playing Zach and you go Red Krugs Raptors, why can't you swing mid if mid is pushing? But Zach's might be like, oh, I just want to hit level 4 after a full clear, so my E's got fucking more range. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, what does that even mean? Like, you can win the game quick just by killing mid.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, in
Mhm.
this game, just go to crap. Because your red buff isn't going anywhere. No
Yep.
worries. You know here as well, Viego is going to go where on the map?
Bot side.
Look at this jungler, by the way. I don't know, what, is this actually Challenger or?
This is like Masters.
Yeah, okay, I can kind of tell. Guy goes straight to his red buff. Where should he go?
Insane Scuttle.
Good. So look, you would have this. I mean, if he goes to Scuttle Crab, right? This is why you go Scuttle. If he goes to Crab, I think you would get it before him. So it's kind of like, oh shit, I've wasted time. But at least he knows it's gone, right? And he gives himself a chance to maybe sneak this.
Mhm.
But he goes to red. So you would have got the crab, you would have got this crab, and then we can go like this maybe. Again, I don't
Yep.
know, but that's just like maybe a plan you could have. So him doing this, again, is just a mistake. And hopefully we can see that.
Mhm.
So yeah, doing red, I'm just like, what do these camps even mean? If you wanted to go red Krugs, go Krugs red.
Okay.
Because you're going to go like this, right?
Yeah.
You know, so again, I know red buff is important, and this is something like a lot of people do, so it's all good.
Mhm.
But something else they do is like they'll like the second rotation of camps, so what around like 640, they might be level 5, and this is what gives me the shits, right? They might have gold for an item. Let's just say you're playing Zed jungle and you've got 1100 gold. So you got Duck. They will do their red buff, and what's the first thing they do after getting this?
Reset.
They recall, right? Why the fuck are we getting red buff just to recall? We want to get red
Yeah.
buff and do something, bro. He might even hit
Yep.
level 6 at that point. Same
Mhm.
idea, like if you're playing Twisted Fate mid, you want to recall at level 5. Maybe even earlier, depending on what's happening. Why would I say this?
So when you're 6, you're actually like
Yep.
strong enough to like look for something.
Bro, yeah, exactly. You're active. You're on the map. You're not fucking inactive. You're not recalling afterwards. So before you do your red buff, you should always be asking yourself, like, do I actually need it here? Like, can I farm Krugs and red? Because it's more efficient to do this.
Mhm.
Because then you're closer to the other side of the map. Anyway, we continue. Oh, look at the bot lane Viego there. So again, you know Viego's bot. You should be pinging this Tribrush. You should be pinging this area all the time, non-stop.
Okay.
So in this OPGG, or like right here, if I ever see the enemy jungler bro in a kill, it's because we didn't think about them enough. And that's
Okay.
what this game is, man. Like, how you think and see the game is going to dictate what you do. So if you're champion, right, because that's all I can see. I can just see Hecarim. So how you're controlling him and like where you're pinging and stuff is telling me what you're thinking about. So it's nothing to do with like you mechanically here. This is just about seeing the game a little bit differently and thinking about other things, you know?
Yep.
I really want you to go to his Gromp after this. If you do, I'm fucking so happy. I love what you did here as well. This is smart.
Yeah. But I
Thinking
was
about
going for
top
more of
lane, eh?
like, yep.
Oh my god, the
Here,
fucking Nasus, bro.
yeah. Here, I think I should have just like done Grump and then like ping for dive, and then by that time like Darius has it shoved in, we just dive for free.
Yeah, bro. I agree. Hitting this ward, by the way, so I said this was really good, right? Because when you hit this ward, look, that ward is still going to give like a little bit of vision for them after you kill it. Always remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
So it might be a second, right? And you running back, it looks as if you're running back to your jungle. I think maybe you should go like this, because then it really
Mhm.
looks like you're going to Raptors or Wolves, maybe something.
Yeah.
And then you swing back around. This is great. But I'm just thinking here, like, maybe you don't do his Gromp because, again, you're just not thinking about him. Like, if I'm you here, I would, okay, looking top is great, and I really don't mind. It's pushing to Darius, but you can just maybe wait for another wave. You know, let it just
Mhm.
breathe for a little bit longer. You don't have to fucking force it that hard, and you can get a legit win over Viego, in my opinion, here. Like, if you just go to Gromp, maybe you even think about his Wolves, because it is 440. So, like, 415 is probably Gromp timer. That's his first camp, and it takes like 15 seconds. 430 would be Wolves. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that might be a lot to take in, but that's just like every game, man. That's the best thing about it. That's every game. Not just this game,
Yep.
and I'm not just fucking trying to sound smart. Every game, those are the timers. If Viego here, what should he do? He just saw you top, so tell me about Viego. What should he think about?
He'd probably be looking for either like top gank or like Grump, I'm
Like,
guessing.
your Gromp, or what are we thinking here? Because he just ganked
No,
bot,
like
right?
his Grump. Yeah, so like maybe he'd go for like reset into his top side clear.
Okay. There he is. Look at him go. So he just killed one of your bot laners, right? Now, he went to red buff, right? So he hasn't done the crap. So he's probably running to this. Agree?
Uh,
But when he sees you on a ward here, what did we say? If we see the enemy jungler topside, maybe we didn't say this specifically, but if we see the enemy jungler topside, what side of the map do we think about?
Outside. Okay, so you'd probably look for an invade then, I'm guessing.
Like, if I'm coaching him, bro, I'm saying, bro, what the fuck? Like, it's 4:30, this guy started blue, just run that. You've got Pike here as well, if you need help. You would ping on the way, assist ping with a Pike. You know, just in case, because Jinx is on the map or running back, and so's Lulu. You know, very popular pathing for supports to go through here. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But this
Yep.
guy, I reckon, doesn't even fucking do it. Let's have a look. Terrible.
Yep.
Fucking terrible. So troll. And yeah, I think this is just a bit like overzealous, because you can always fit in Gromp and then you can go top.
Mhm.
There we go. So eventually you do it. Here again, because, like, you know, it's just free time with farming Gromp. Just be thinking about where Viego is. So I'd be pinging, like, here. And maybe pinging here again.
Yep.
So you see, like, how powerful it is? Right, here he is. Look at him. Here he is. What a fucking lunatic jungler. Now, doing Wolves here is very risky. Not because of what I've just seen. And I don't want you thinking, like, oh, you know, I've just fucking skipped. But I'm surprised he's here. Really surprised. That's why, like, I just didn't expect anything. Why did I say earlier, like, doing Wolves? I didn't really say it, but I said, like, Wolves would be up at 4:30. Now, remember, like, the clear you did, mate, for, like, where you went red Krugs. So, even
Yep.
in terms of that, I think it's, like, a bit of a mistake, because it's more efficient to go Krugs red, because then you have options at that point.
Mhm.
Now, going Gromp, what have we said about jungle camps? What do we want to try and do? Like, what do we prioritize first?
The camps on like the inner, I guess.
Yeah, like you reach as far as possible, right? So if I
Yeah.
draw lines like this, you know, you
Yep.
always want to reach a camp on the furthest line and then work your way back. Because that's more dangerous, that's more safe. So you start off dangerous, safer, 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 safer. So if Viego catches you out, you're farming its Gromp rather than fucking all the way down here, you know? It's kind of risky.
Mhm.
Also, at this point as well, Pike is on a roam timer, so if we did do the Wolf camp first, and it was like 4:45 when you got here easy, oh, this is actually huge, you're getting, you get 5. Oh, go on. Oh, that's fucking unlucky. It's a bit burger
Right.
flippy, but
Mhm.
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I thought once I got like the smite off plus like level 5 that I'd be able to just like kill, but then I don't know.
It like even in my head, bro, like at this point, this doesn't really exist. So mechanically, like I don't think you do anything wrong here, and it's great you get the wolf camp.
Yeah.
That's really good. And fighting him, like fuck yeah, like I don't think anyone wouldn't fight him here, and even if you die, it's not the biggest like thing in the world. Just remember, like if you are gonna do something like this again, just ping your laners because Syndra is kind of on her way. Darius is maybe here, but again, none of this would happen again if we just reach this far and then work our way back. And even if like you make mistakes like this, bro, like you're gonna learn from it, yeah. You're not
Yep.
gonna learn by going like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna fucking learn anything because again, against the top junglers who think like what I'm telling you here, you're gonna get stomped. But hopefully you can see like how you can just stomp this Viega
Yeah, exactly.
in this
Yep.
game. Like that's like no offense, but like this is kind of you at the moment. And what I'm showing you, like this is, that's the diff. How we think.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, look, I didn't want to say it, but alright, okay. So we're dead again, which is good. I like it. Limit testing. How much gold do you have? Okay, so what do you get? Like tier Sheen?
No, I actually got the Chem Tank Hecarim build.
Don't you get a mirror mana? Like, aren't you meant to get a tier early or? Oh yeah, no Sheen. Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
So you, yep.
Do you get Cinder here, or do you actually get tier? Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, fucking cooldown boots. What a shit
I don't
coach.
need boots.
Now running out of
Sure.
baits here. So again, we always think about who
There you go.
Viega, right? Enemy jungle, right? So we've just killed them over here. He doesn't have his Gromp. He doesn't have his wolves. Now, in my opinion, there's one clear thing that you should be, or just one side of the map you should be thinking about big time here, which is what?
Bot side?
Bot side, right? So why?
Because his play is to go like Krugs into bot gank off resets and sort of shove them.
Yeah,
Or,
man,
like,
good.
instead of bot gank.
Very good, yeah. And if you also think about it, like we have Dragon here. Riftail's not here yet, but we have Dragon. Yeah, it's Krugs and Raptors. They might be up too. Bot lane has Prior. Like any lane that, this is how I see it anyway. Any lane that has Prior, like Syndra, early game, is winning. They have XP. They've probably won trades to get to like level 2 or level 3, level 4 first to get the Prior, the push. So you just want to protect them, you know? And if you guys 3v3 here, who wins?
We do. Because we have HP advantage on
What about if it was even? So if I like give Pike full HP and this guy full
I
HP?
still think we'd win just because like polymorph and shit.
Yeah? Okay, what about if I put level 4 on both of these? Do you still win 3v3?
At that point, probably not, no.
I think 100% you do. So what did we just talk about? So Prio means what, essentially?
Or just means like how aggressive you can be on that side of the map.
Okay, so it means like they get first move, yeah? Now, why do they get first move here? What like mechanic or detail in the lane determines that?
It's just being better than your opponent or like having a better matchup.
Okay, that helps, but essentially like it's just these bad boys.
Yeah,
The minions, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you have more minions, it means your lane is pushing, right? So you can always move first. Yeah?
Yep.
If this guy was 4, full HP, you win because of these. Because that's the difference, right? Like if you 3v3, everything is kind of even. I mean, Viego might have like better items, but what I'm saying is like, for the most part, bro, most of the time, you're going to win just because these guys have the prio. And even in this game, when I take that away, level 3, missing HP, like, guaranteed win. So if I was Viego here, I would be like, well, coaching him, I'd be saying, I don't even know what I'd tell him to be honest, but he has to be very careful about ganking this lane. In case you were there. You know, like he has to fucking rely on Pike to do something to really gank this and to make it like worthwhile. So I think it's pretty risky to go here. So when I see you running out of base to your top side, I'm just like, okay, we can go to your Raptors, but let me put it this way as well, bro. Your bot lane is not going to have prio all game.
Yeah, so we should probably look for Dragon here, right? If I had to guess.
Good, man, good. So, like, his bot camps are probably inaccessible. I mean, you could always just run to his Raptors. You never know. Or maybe go to Krugs. You
Yeah.
could think about diving bot with Syndra.
How
Maybe
to
if this
control it,
was...
I could just like go for a deep like pink ward and then go for something after.
Yeah, you could maybe like run here, pink ward, whatever. Just run back. Or, again, you're just always thinking about like the best scenario, you know? So like if you run bot here, what about diving bot? Like we've got a huge wave in here, Syndra's level 6. You could actually think about doing it.
Yeah.
I think in a
Yeah, if we
fucking...
do it 4-man.
Yeah, like a fucking Korean challenger game, it's gonna happen, you know? Like, crazy.
Yep.
So that's the first thing. And then after this, why would you do this first and not dragon first? Like, why dive first?
Because the dive won't always be there, but the dragon will always be there.
Yeah, man, that's it, exactly. Because you might have, like, everything has a time limit, right? But this fucking dragon doesn't really. Like, Viega's not going to do it anytime soon. But this thing might be 20 seconds. These guys might recall. You know, the wave's not going to be here. Your bot lane might just back off. Syndra might recall. You know? Like, imagine if that was a Zed. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's fucking go. Still the same thing, right? Still pull it off. But yeah, doing Raptors, I'm just like, what the fuck do these mean? Let's try and abuse our advantage. We have bot side. We've also got perma prior mid. Like if I'm coaching Syndra, I'm telling her to control you here. I'm saying, Hecarim, can you fucking do this dragon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can because we have like bot power, we have mid power, we have everything.
Oh, bro, it's free as. Like they can't contest them. There's no way. Like you get that shit for free. And if they do fight you, do you win?
Yeah.
I think you just win, right? Just because
Yeah.
I think your
100%.
champions are in a better position, and if they do fight you, like, they're gonna give up so much stuff, you know? Like, Nico has to miss minions, so does bot lane, like... Oh. Yeah, so it's just, again, the map is telling you prior mid, we've got prior bot, you're level 5 as well, man, like, you're doing well. If you were level 4, I might say, okay, you might actually want to do, like, Wolves Gromp, so you hit 5, and then you go. Because considering your levels is important compared to, like, the actual game. So if you were level 4, you can see mid is 6, 6, this guy will be 6 soon, this guy will be 6 soon, you know? So you're just trying to keep up. You're only farming your camps there for the levels, because I do think levels are important. Does that make sense? But because you're level 5, like, you're doing well already. You're even a level ahead of Viego, and you're O2, which is kind of funny. So yeah, this is where you could have been. So don't just think, man, that because the lane is pushed up, you can't be near it. You just have to think about, like, the probability of something happening, I guess. And you even told me Viego's going to go Krugs, bot gang. It's excellent. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about him, right? You don't fucking do it unless you're thinking about him. It's all about the enemy jungle. Oh, get him. Get him. Oh, that was fucking clean, man. And look what happens when you use your Syndra.
Yep.
Juicy, juicy. This fucking champion, bro. Bro, this champion is fucking nuts. You just run through towers at level 5. No repercussions.
Don't give a fuck about anything.
Let's go, man. Okay, if his Krugs are up, obviously you do these. Maybe even look there, nice. Cheeky Q, good shit. Now, I think what you do here,
I mean, I didn't feel like we could dragon because they're all respawning, and then like if we start it, then it's just like really fucked.
Yep, completely agree here. I think you should do something else.
I'm thinking like just like scuttle into blue gromp, right?
All right, so this is what I'm gonna teach you here is like the biggest diff between, like you're a challenger, right? Like you got to chow.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be the biggest diff between like the Korean chows and everyone else and the super server.
All right, let me know.
You just got kills, right? And your bot lane's gonna get tower plates and all that stuff. You can go to dragon, you can go to crab, you can go to blue buff, you can go to gromp. But what you said about dragon is 100% correct. They're going to be on the map, and it feels as if you're overstaying almost. If we change this, let's say Viego was dead for 30 seconds. 30-second death timers. Would you do dragon then?
Yeah.
Right, you would, yeah? So because of the death timers, you don't do it. Now let's think about it. When you die, what can you do? Because you can still do something when you're dead. You're grey screen, but you can do what?
Observe the map to see where you're gonna go next.
So you can look at the map, but you can also spend gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are spending gold. Now I understand you just got kills, but remember the gold, bro, doesn't actually mean anything until you spend it. So if you think about
Yep.
levels are live, like they're on the map. You hit level 6, you have your ultimate straight away. You don't have to go back to base for it. But if you get like 2 kills bot lane, the difference here only matters if you spend it, right? Because at the moment, really, this difference, like it's 700 gold, you guys haven't actually spent that yet. It's actually very even. That's
Yeah.
why, like, the science kind of behind it, doing dragon and your instinct telling you that's why. That's the reasoning behind it. That's why it's a bit burger flippy, because you're sitting on gold, like, why don't we just recall and then we go to dragon with our new items? Yeah? So if you...
Okay, so you think just like insta reset?
Exactly. I think you just insta reset, because I'm thinking... Okay. Okay, this is the next thing. The crab, the blue, the gromp, right? Don't get me wrong, they look fucking nice. But they're giving you gold. Okay, experience, yes, like, but you're level 6, who cares now? They're giving you gold. You have 966. So, in terms of a Barmy Cinder, right, which is 1100?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, yeah?
Yep.
I haven't fucking played a tank champion in 15 years. But yeah, 1100 gold. If you were to say to me, Eagz, like, I want to do Scuttle Crab because I've got Barmy Cinder outfit, I would say, actually, you know what? Kind of no worries. I think it's kind of okay. But I'm thinking to myself here, like, I would much rather you be on the map quicker. Because again, efficiency, that's ELO. You can get 2 Ruby Crystals. Now, it doesn't look as good as a Barmy Cinder, but can you still do what you want to do with 2 Ruby Crystals?
Probably. The only thing
Yeah.
is like having a Bomby Cinder Spike
Mm.
on Hecarim just feels always super, super nice because you can proc your phase rush easier as well.
Okay, I understand that. In that case, like, if it does feel good, and I agree, because I think feel is, like, a really big thing on certain champions. If it feels really good, bro, and, like, the gold is only, like, maybe 15 seconds away, like, you can get crab pretty quick here, right? It's not going to be, like, that big a time kind of, what do you call it? You're not giving up that much time. So I completely agree. But I don't want you farming anything else after crab. As soon as you get crab, you reset.
Okay.
That's it. So every time you come out of base, think, Barmy Cinder, that's my next base. I have Lucid Boots and Tier, right? So it's 1050. You should have these numbers in your head the whole time. And before you go to a camp, just ask yourself, do I really need to do this, right? Same thing goes
Oh,
for laners.
okay, so
Mm.
just like getting this out of the way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm there, I should just be thinking about how much gold into my next power spike and then just like playing for that amount of gold and then resetting instantly.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, like, maybe not. It depends on the enemy death timer. So this is what we just call, like, matching, right? This guy's on the map now. We're kind of overstaying. The reason we're overstaying is because if a fight does happen, we're the same champion we were, like, 2 levels ago still.
Yeah.
And these guys, even though they've died, they've actually evolved. So
Yeah, exactly.
think
I
about
see where you're
doing...
getting at.
Yeah, think about your camps as well. Like, if you were to do blue and gromp and you've already got a cinder, it's like fucking Darius staying for this, right? So that is 160 gold. If he already has a phage, or let's just say he has, what mythic does he go? Like Triforce? Let's just say he already has a Triforce. I would be saying, excuse me, I'd be saying to him, like, why are we getting the tower plate, which is 160 gold? Why are we not just getting a Triforce? And you can always get that tower plate. Like, don't you want to use your Triforce as much as possible? Don't you want to use your Barmy Cinder as long as possible? Like, why stall it out? Like, fucking just get it. And you can do more shit with it. Also, it gives the enemy champions breathing room. If they know you're staying on the map here, they might have, like, a cheeky ward somewhere and they see you go crab and run off down here. Viego might even think about just sneaking dragon. You know, it happens. I'm not saying he should, but, you know, it gives them a bit of a sniff to get back in the game. If you reset, fucking you just stamp it. Like there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, I guess the other thing, like, this is just pretty much what we call tempo, bro. So tempo, don't think of it as anything else. It's just about back timers. How well you time your bases. That's what it is. Because if you overstay here, right, you're not on the map. If you reset, it feels as if, like, you're always playing against Hecarim, like he's everywhere. That's what it will feel like. Because you're timing your bases according to the gold. and according to these guys. Yeah. So early game, obviously they're dead for like fucking 5 seconds, which is why like if a top laner, Darius against Nasus, if this guy gets a kill level 1, let's just say they both have TP for the sake of this argument. If he gets a kill level 1 and he's really fucking low, Nasus is going to TP back to lane, obviously. Darius should definitely recall, get a longsword, or just spend the 400 gold he's got for first blood, and he TP's back. And instead of just being like D shield against D shield, it's now D shield and a longsword. How does this guy fucking lose? There's no hope. No hope. Just because he bases. So don't underestimate, bro, like the power of pressing the recall button.
Yep. Okay.
It's fucking huge. Oh, here we go. Now this is a full on. Oh, we're going mid.
Yeah, no.
You going mid there makes it look as if like you're Joe with the Jinx and she was screaming for a gank. That's like the only reason I can think of. Okay, if you recall here, I'm gonna be so happy. Ah, you see. Now I really hope Viego fucking does something. Okay, so we fight this, but again, you can do the same thing with Balmy Cinder. Now, just to fucking show you, so you know, and you can probably just tell. Okay, so you'd be doing the crab now. Probably 3 seconds you get it. So maybe you get it now, if you just go straight there. And you recall, right? Probably takes about 40 seconds to get back here. So 8 seconds for the recall, around 30 seconds to get back to the middle. What the fuck would that be? Around 8 minutes, right?
750, yeah.
Yeah, 750-ish, yeah. You'd be in exactly the same position with a Balmy Cinder.
Okay, gotcha.
So you see like how powerful this can be?
Yeah.
So it's not just about, it's kind of hard to see, but this is what you should be able to see. So I know it's like kind of down the road, but yeah, it's not just about like what's happening right now. You know, it's like just protecting yourself in the future. That's what you're doing here. And you probably still do fine. Or maybe not. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I actually hope you die. It'll prove the point. Fuck. So toxic, bro.
Sorry, it's rough.
Let's go, man. Bro, this mid laner for you is, just perma prior winning lane. I love it. But yeah, you see like how that kind of just slows you down now, and maybe, you know, you could have recalled. So let's just think about like where you actually would have pathed after this. Fucking, where is it? Yeah, here, right? So you have the crab. You recall, and you could, where would you path? Like if you just recall here.
I would honestly just path for like maybe blue gromp and then look for a dragon.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like, I agree. Like, blue gromp is a nice expand shit, but again, like dragon is there. Can we go to his gromp and wolves? Maybe you could. Can you dive Nasus? I mean, you might even consider going top. So there are a few options here, but just because our blue and gromp is up with the dragon, it just looks nice, you know. And if you're ever scared of like Viego going top, which you might do, remember, he was just bot, and you killed him. So he's done Krugs to bot side. So he's only got one camp up, right?
Yep.
So if Viego is like, you know, he might go lane, he might go to maybe like fucking Rift Herald in 30 seconds, he might get there as it spawns. Yeah, again, just thinking about where Viego's going to go. And if you can like do anything, this game I don't think you can run to his top side, and there he is, look.
Yep.
So yeah, just always thinking about him, man. Fucking ping him. Okay. Four. Okay, we recall. You're on top side here, yeah. Holy shit. Wait, what the fuck is she doing? She blind?
I don't know either.
Where is she running? What the fuck? Anyway. Okay, yeah, it's pretty hard to like anticipate Viego being here because he was just here. So if you didn't ping that, I would forgive you. Do you have any questions, by the way, man, about like anything we've talked about?
No. Up to now, nothing yet.
Makes sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Oh my god. Yeah, this is all good, I'd say. Again, I'm just always thinking about like maybe Rift Herald or Dragon. Again, you just always think about it, but you obviously clearing mid is more than fine. I don't really like what you do here, though.
I should probably just look for like wolves into dragon, right?
Are they actually doing it? They're doing it, right? Yeah. So you see, like, how you not basing gives them, like, a counterplay?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So even though Syndra dies, I get it, it's not fucking helpful. But if you recalled, like, you would just kill the Kai'Sa. Like, you just one-shot her. And you probably
Hmm.
kill Pyke as well. And then you do Dragon. And then, Viego probably isn't even going to gank mid because you're on the map. So, again, it might be, like, hard to see, but yeah. Now, one thing in your games, don't ever do this again. So you did it with the ward top, right? Which was great. So remember when you hit it and you ran back?
Hmm.
You've got to disguise your movement all the time. So even like at level 1, right, where you're leashing or getting a fake leash or something, and I said Viego could have started red, you just never know. Um, it's a lot harder to play against. So in this game, you're making contact with this minion, right?
Hmm.
You're saying, hey guys, I'm running topside. Pyke, Kai'Sa, you've got nothing to worry about. Viego, you have a free dragon, no worries, even though he does anyway. But you've got nothing to worry about here,
Yep.
So if I was you, just like what you did before, just run straight back, or you might even think, like, if you want to go topside, go like this, and then go round. If you want to go bot, you go like this, and then come round.
Hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
A lot harder to track you here. And in this situation, I think you should probably just, like, think about doing Rift. What do you think?
Yeah, because that way you get to trade for like the dragon.
Exactly. So again, it's like the same thing, right? Like, what the fuck does this red buff mean? It's still going to be here. It might be a little risky because maybe, like, Viego has this warded, like, Nasus kind of has priority. Like, this lane is going to push. Nico is still here, but it's really this situation. Like, Nico doesn't have ult. She's probably going to reset, right? Because she just got gold from killing Syndra. So spend the gold. That's the difference.
Hmm.
So I think you doing Rift, and yeah, just given the fact that Viego's done Dragon, we should look to trade it and cross map. Exactly. I just think just go straight to Rift. And you can see that someone's pinging it, like Viego's pinging this. Is he actually running here? Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. So yeah, you would have just had this for free. Instead, we're just like letting it sit there, and it's more important than red buff. What is actually happening top lane, yeah, actually? So yeah, Syndra asked for assistance. Is this player actual LTS, or she's just trolling?
No, no, it's not. The guy was just talking every like 2 seconds about how NA was a shit region and how he hated everyone.
Yeah, nice. I mean, is he wrong? Nah, that's toxic. Yeah, look, you shouldn't be
I mean,
doing that,
dude,
buddy.
unironically, listen. When I was playing on fucking EUS, no, this isn't a joke. When I was
Yeah.
playing on EUS, like, there's a massive skill difference between NA and EUS, like massive.
Yeah, I agree. I think what elo are you talking? Like what
Well,
LP or whatever?
so the problem with EUS is that it's hard to get like an actual good indicator of like how hard the region really is up until about Challenger, just
Yeah.
because like there will be so many griefers in games, but
Hmm.
it's just like getting to Challenger on EU is so hard because of the sheer amount of griefers. But when you're actually playing in Challenger, it's like decent. It's not that bad.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree. I think like NA, because every region, right? It just depends on like the number of really good players. So like over here, bro, like there's fucking I don't even know if there's any more challenges anymore. But back when I was Chow, like Schönfire, who hopefully you know, gets like rank 1
Yep.
NA, like instantly he's top 3 career, like all the fucking time. Like the
Mhm.
top games are actually challenger games. But if you go to career, it's like, even some people in like Master would maybe get like NHL or something. So
Yep.
there's kind of like a cutoff point for each region. Um, and I agree, like EU West, the high games are definitely going to be like more commonplace, but they're probably going to be like a similar kind of standard to EU West. Like Core
Yep.
JJ is going to get fucking Challenger in EU West, easy.
Mhm.
So Challenger I think is Challenger for the most part. It just it just changes from region to region. But yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
agree.
Exactly.
Okay, so we do Krugs here, and this is good because Nasus is pushing in, and Darius doesn't do anything. Now, same thing, right? Remember your Jinx in that game? Well, the game that I watched where she just fucking like pushed the wave out so you couldn't like gank it.
Yeah.
If Darius starts hitting the wave here, it's because you don't ping him. It's not because he's shit, which is still correct. He is shit for hitting the minions. But you have to tell him, bro, not to just in case.
Yeah, and you be more communicative. I agree. I hard
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah, you've just got to say, like, on my way, like, fucking type on my way, or ping on the way, like, just leave, even, like, danger ping him if he starts hitting it. Like, you have to
Mhm.
control them, bro. Like, there's no good, like, letting him do it and then saying, oh, shit, there's nothing I could have done. No, you could have done something. You could have pinged. which is what that other coach
Okay.
should have said. But this is good. Oh yeah. Oh the ghost. Oh, the oatmeal, bro. He's that flash, bro. Oh, you don't have. Oh yeah. Okay, I was like, what the fuck. Yeah. That's kind of weird
I
that you
used
don't
mine
kill
way
him.
too early. Yeah, I used mine way too early. If I would have like held on to E,
Yeah, yeah.
I could have actually killed him there.
You don't have red smart as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the fucking Darius ult. Let's go. Do you win this game? Oh no, you lose, right? You're 9-4
Yeah, we
or
lose.
something?
Mhm.
Oh, don't do it to him.
No,
Syndra
it was
died
too risky.
again. Oh my god. Okay, that fucking sucks. Now, hopefully, eventually... Oh no, come on. Over here. It's actually kind of risky because maybe like, yeah, Pike, I was gonna say. Professor Nug, bro.
Yeah, that's why. Like, if I had gone for Herald, I was just like, nah. Like, if I go for Herald here and then
Oh wait, he
Nico
died.
rotates,
Oh yeah, sorry, he fucking died. Yeah, I was like, oh, he just like killed mid, but I was like, where is he? He's dead.
yep.
So Syndra trades 1-for-1. I think you should just do this, bro.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because the Darius
His
still
dice
has...
was super low as well, right? And like, that's why it's
He is super low, but he's got prio and he can move. And I don't think Nico will even expect it. And if she does move, at least she might give up tower plates or a minion for it,
Yeah, I got you.
But the point is, like, in this game, and again, it's just back to the thing, like, if we did it straight away, we wouldn't have to worry about it now. If we did the
Yep.
dragon straight away, or, like, after we recalled, we don't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
So yeah, these are, like, the hard decisions you have to make just because we don't play as efficiently as maybe we could. Well,
Yep.
let's go, Lulu. Big fucking play. Well done. Okay. Let's have a think. So recalling, eventually. Obviously your actual like gold, what you're gonna buy. Also where
Mhm.
Viego's gonna be as well, yeah. So where do you think
Yep.
Viego's gonna be?
Office reset. I mean, at this point in the game, I have like a lot of trouble tracking junglers just because I don't have like if I were to look at the map, right? What information would I have?
Yep, it's definitely harder. Just try to think like where they were recently. So like he's top side here. Where logically, maybe not logically, but like in terms of patterns, where he might go after this.
Bot.
Yeah, I think like maybe he just goes here.
Okay.
Again, I don't know if it's right because Rift Herald is up, but he's got a fucking
Mhm.
Nasus there who's got to farm this. Um, and just given this information, in fact, I know exactly where you should go. So, what do you think?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I'm guessing that he would probably just go straight topside. I mean, would he go topside? Like that's the thing. Playing from his perspective, right? Like maybe he
Hmm.
would go bot for like a Jinx gank after, since he knows Eris is resetting.
Okay, I think Viego should go to here,
Yeah.
and I think you should go here.
Okay.
Looks weird because you have no camps, but again, like Rift Herald is going to get us closer to winning the game. Right
Yep.
now, you could actually think of going to Crab because Jinx is in lane, but Lulu's dead. Pyke's on a roam as well, and Kai'Sa will be there too, so it could potentially be like a 4v3. So in this situation, just because Nasus is overstaying as well, like he might even fucking greed, bro, for another wave, and you might even be here for it.
Yep.
But
Hundred
Nico's
percent.
recalled, Syndra's in lane. Like I think you should think about this.
Yep. Okay.
Holy fuck, she just. I was gonna
Yeah.
say
She
like
just.
it's not on you to like ping the Pyke, but if you don't like look at this bot lane, right? Look at this bot
Mhm.
lane, like this Lulu. Like the Pyke is fucking alive and on the map, and there are no pings at all from. Okay, maybe not on Jinx, but Lulu should definitely be pinging here, as if like Pyke was a jungler, and around here somewhere.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
And if I'm the Syndra, I'm like, bro, okay. If I was coaching Syndra, I have to like I would definitely tell her, bro, like you have to respect the Pyke here because obviously he's on the map. Just fucking chill.
Mhm.
But still, like just the fact no one pings is just super troll. And yeah, she's just dead again. So if I'm Syndra, she's probably going to be like a little bit pissed this game because she was stomping mid, and now she's
Mhm.
been like just perma ganked, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this team doing? Um, so yeah, maybe even like just put it on yourself, bro, to
Yeah.
to just ping everything. Like even if you see especially if it's a pike or bard or
Yeah,
some
because I
shit.
never use my pings. I need to start using that a lot more. You're 100% right.
Yeah. And you can see Viego bot side here, so you would have had like just a free rift.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like Pans, right? He's top just before we killed him. He's probably just gonna run down here.
Yep.
Let's go, Jinx. And again, if you ping that, if you think he's gonna go there, just ping it, bro. Even if you're wrong, it's just a habit you have to have.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it just goes back to thinking about Eagz on Viego, whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played against like a top tier jungler, by the way, who might play like we're talking about? Like, did you play against Schönfire or?
Oh, bro, listen. I've played against like every jungler you could name. I played against them.
Yeah. Who do you think?
Tars.
Yeah, Tarzan. Yeah.
Um, honestly, because I even played last season on EU back when like all the pros were there, and I was
Mhm.
playing like the pro games and shit.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I mean, like when it comes to NA, I'd say like the junglers who when I see them, I'm like, okay, these guys are like really fucking good. Are probably like Scrub Noob,
Yeah.
Tarzan, Shaden also for sure. And then obviously pros like let's say Spica or like Santorn, right? Guys like this.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't really like seen their gameplay, but um, yeah, I'd probably like I'd probably have to like look up the like how they play and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like a Shaco main back in the day, and Chase is obviously like one of the best, but he's not
Yeah,
like yeah, like Chase is really good at jungling, right? That's the thing. So it's not just about like the difference between Chase, who's challenger, like a challenger Shaco, compared to a master or grandmaster Shaco, is not the fact that he can time his fucking ult better, or he places a
Mm-hmm.
box down perfectly. It's because he knows how to jungle and read the
Yep.
map. So yeah, like, that's the distinction lots of people get wrong.
But yeah, that's the problem with me is like if I were to, and this isn't a joke when I say this, if I were to get Hecarim
Mm,
like every game, I would probably end up like rank 1 NA. But it's just like the problem is being it's almost like it's not enough to just be a good Hecarim player anymore. I need to be a good jungler. And I know I'm a bad jungler, but I've always made up for that by being a good Hecarim player. But
yeah,
now it's like the like with Hecarim's ban rate being like 50%, I can't like ignore it anymore, you know.
yeah. But that's it, man. Like, hopefully after this session, this will like kind of teach you, or just enlighten you. It's just about how you think, because that will
Yep.
like just determine how you jungle, and it doesn't matter like who you're playing. Of course,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Hecarim might be better at executing ganks, and yes, he's a good farmer, but you can do that on fucking heaps of champs, you know? Like Nidalee, for
Yeah.
example. I think it's just like the best fucking jungler for solo queue. I think she's insane, especially if you can play her well. She's
Yep.
got no weaknesses, no hard counters, farms well, can invade at fucking level 2, you know, can do so much shit. But no
Yeah,
one
she
wants to
just split her
like,
graves.
yeah, she just takes like, yeah, time to learn. What the fuck is that? I've
Yeah.
just been like watching this, not even thinking about it. Oh, we do the riff. Let's go, man. Okay, so someone gets a kill, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
so I
we
saw
get
they were
top
on Rift
side.
there, so then I decided to counter it.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Also helps here the Piker's bot. So again, it's the numbers game, right? So if you're going to have 2 against 1 bot and kill my Jinx, we're going to look to do something here. After this, though, you should know because of the timer as well. Yes, he's doing Rift, but what else is up on his top side? So again, we're just always thinking about reaching.
Mm-hmm. So could probably do a topside invade afterwards, honestly.
Exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. Because you got the numbers as well, right? Like, Pike is still bot. Like, you get the Rift Herald, which is excellent. Just force him off his topside jungle. Like, just fucking bang straight in here. Smash him.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Even if you don't have Lulu there, I think you can do it. Because, again, Syndra has prior mid permanently. Darius is, like, just... Well, he's not, like, stomping, but he's doing well. You know? So, again, it's
Yeah.
like, try to think about the map in terms of pressure points. This is a massive pressure point. This has been a pressure point pretty much the whole time. It makes it a lot easier, bro, to do this.
Yep.
You know?
All right.
This rift as well is a mistake, just because you don't get it, and tower plates are still there for a minute. So what lane would I want you to use this in?
Bot lane to open up bot tower.
Okay, good. So, like, in terms of tower plates, this says 2, so you can get it. But if we think about it, like, how likely is it we're going to get this? Because their mid lane is right here somewhere. The Viego's here as well. So I'm just thinking like there's a better lane to use this in. You have to use it quickly as well, because tower plates are gone soon. So if it's not mid lane, you can't really get to bot lane because it's fucking ages away. So
Playing top lane?
yeah, I just think top.
Alright.
Because what is a Nasus going to do to stop you? Like if you and Lulu rotate over
If I
here,
would have done, yeah, because if I do like top side invade and then I go to open top lane, it actually works very well.
exactly, you just push them all out. Nasus can't do anything because it's Nasus in the first 25 minutes of a game. If Lulu doesn't rotate over here, what do you do? Because you need her, so how do you get her here?
Just spam ping.
Just spam ping, bro. She won't do it either, trust me. After what I saw her do fucking mid lane. Yeah, so all this is just like, yeah, we get some gold, but we don't get the tower, and, you know, it's just like fucking Howling Abyss, you know, coin flip, burger flip mode here. Whereas, just bang. Just right there.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway, bro, I reckon we've gone for like fucking 90 minutes and I want to get some lunch and shit. But it's been fun, and I think like that's easily enough info for you to like try to apply.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. This is gonna be like, it's just about really, I guess like I need to get into the habit, and this is something that I was like really learning because I've been trying to learn Rengar, right? And one of my problems with Rengar is that I never look for invades, and it's just because I'm in that like mentality of like, oh well, I mean I can just solo carry a game if they don't fuck with me, but it's almost like it's almost like I need to get in the habit of like I'll solo carry a game by fucking with them, you know?
Yeah, bro, exactly. You want to destroy them, right? Like that's how you win a game. Is
Exactly.
like if you stomp the jungler and you gain and you deny everything that he wants to do, you have like a massive diff in the jungle. That's when you can impress it better on the rest of the map.
Yep.
Because like at the moment, it's like the playstyle is kind of whoever ganks more wins. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And anyone in like even gold plays like that. Now, yes, you might farm better, you might like understand like the game better, but that's really about it. It's very like similar play styles. Like if you gank more, you win. It's pretty much it. But if you think about the jungle, if you think about what Campsy's done, where he's going to go, you can fucking win games so quickly. You know that.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. And I couldn't believe like I didn't hear it once. Like, I don't know if any coaches like told you that, but that's like the essence of jungling, man. That is the essence of it. Just thinking about the opponent.
Yep. All right. So I'll try, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the session.
No worries, man. Just the only thing like I ask for in return, because obviously I do charge, is like if we do the stream thing, just like shouting me out or whatever the fuck you do.
Of course. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, if I'll bring you on stream, like could be tomorrow or some shit like that, or maybe like a day after.
Yeah, for sure, man. Just DM me like if you're like just take time to like apply the stuff. And I've recorded it, so I'll upload it on YouTube and I'll just like send you it and you can watch it.
Okay, perfect.
What I might do you like mind if I upload this publicly, or would you want to like?
No, go for it. Whatever you want to do. If you want to upload publicly, do it. It's your content to distribute.
Okay, cool, man. Because I might do it, Yeah, just DM me like when you fucking want to do another one.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate it, bro.
No worries, mate. All right, take care, bro.
All right,
see you,
have a good one.
Bye,
Thanks.
bye, 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 bye.
Later.